All right, starting my timer. I'm going to try to keep this under 12 minutes. And I just wanted to, I feel like these little 12-minute videos might be helpful for people. So the topic today is anti-aging. Okay, I know it's something that us women in particular, but also men, are really interested in, always wanting to learn how, the best skincare regimen, best makeup, to apply and to make us appear, youthful. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, I love skincare, I love beauty, all of those types of things. But I want to teach on anti-aging from the inside out and how you can start incorporating, what foods you can start incorporating in order to start doing those types of things. So there is a complex pathway called the methylation pathway. I personally do not like biochemistry. I don't, but I feel like it's powerful to understand and to know, like at a surface level, kind of like what these foods are doing to our body so that you are more motivated to eat them. Because when you're like, well, I don't really feel like I haven't had beets like in 2 months. And it's like, I remember what beets like kind of low key do. So I should probably start eating them again. And so knowing kind of like at that surface level is super important. So why should you care about your methylation pathways? That's what I'm going to be explaining. This information I have learned from a beautifully written book based off of her research. It's Dr. Cara Fitzgerald. It's called The Younger You Everyday, or it's called Younger You, but she created an eating plan in particular on how to reverse your biological age. So I am chronologically 30 years old currently. Okay. I was born in 1992, but biologically, so she has a survey in her book. You can take the survey, and biologically, my age came out to 27. So I was like, oh my gosh, that's great, right? And the way that she calculates that and like all those types of things is based off of like sleep and what you eat, movement, all the types of things. So that's what her whole book is about. It's big, right? Generally speaking, like people are not going to pick this book up and like read it, right? So I'm just going to take like a portion of it and explain it. Okay. So certain foods that we eat are either going to age us super quickly, okay, or age us gently. So I'm interested in aging gently. I want to not only age gently, but I want to feel good every single day. And I know that when I'm eating a lot of sugar and a lot of refined flour, I don't feel good. I don't operate at my best. My mood is not good. I feel more achy. I experience more headaches, mood swings, all of those issues. Furthermore, right, my skin is communicating something entirely different to me. So we want our good genes to be turned on when it comes to methylation pathways, and we want our bad genes to be turned off, okay? And so there is a particular gene called a tumor suppressing gene. It does that. It suppresses tumor formation in our body, which is super great, right? Like tumors can be cancerous. So we don't want to have that gene turned off. But unfortunately, that's, how cancer happens, is when that tumor suppressing gene it's not being expressed anymore. And the foods that we eat can either express or inhibit the way that we develop disease. Okay. So there are key primary players when it comes to this methylation pathway. So these methylation pathways will not operate correctly if you're deficient in micronutrients, which is why at a minimum, like getting your micronutrient panel done, like at least once a year is so important, right? Because if you're deficient in folate, B12, and betaine, your methylation pathways are not going to be working sufficiently. The secondary nutrients that we need are methionine, B2, B3, magnesium, potassium, zinc, choline, and B6. Again, right? Standard American diet is so micronutrient deficient. So majority of people are probably deficient in these things. So their methylation pathways are not operating correctly. That's why people are aging at such a vast acceleration pace, so to speak, okay? So other nutrients to support the pathway are sulfur, taurine, cysteine, B7, and DHA, which is an omega-3. So methylation pathways basically means that if they're operating correctly and they're balanced, that means that you are essentially biohacking your genes, okay? You are positively influencing them based off of what you put in your mouth, which is incredible, okay? That's why like her book is like so profound, and she was able to reverse age essentially internally, right? But that reversal of internal age gets expressed on the outside too, because when we feel well, you just have more confidence in life, and you have more zest for life. You're not in your feels of feeling crummy, you know? So the point of the teaching on the methylation pathways is that our body was designed so intricately and beautifully. And basically, our body knows how to balance to methylate something or demethylate something, okay? And again, we want the good genes to be turned on and we want the bad genes to be turned off, okay? And so there are certain foods that put a methyl group on or take a methyl group off, and it does it just so beautifully. And our bodies know how to do that. We just have to give it the foods in order to do that, right? And so by just eating particular foods, your body will take care of the rest. And your body will know where to put a methyl group and where not to put a methyl group, and to make sure that your tumor suppressing gene is turned on so that you are suppressing tumor formation. That's why all of these foods are anti-inflammatory and have anti-cancer properties to them. And when people are prioritizing them and eating them within their weekly regimen of eating, you can feel the difference. You truly, truly can, because it's powerful and it's biohacking your genetic code. So what foods do you need to start eating in order to age well? So she goes into way detail about like all of the intricacies of all of these foods and what is in them and why and all of those types of things. But I know that can get like overwhelming and long and all of that. So just write this list down, take a screenshot of it, right? It is spinach, shiitake mushrooms, salmon, make sure it's wild caught salmon, eggs, seeds like pumpkin seeds and sunflower seeds. These all have the ability to positively influence your genetic code. Organic liver, if you like to eat liver, I have not tried liver. When we get the whole chicken, it comes with like the liver inside of it. And Justin always cooks it and he eats it, and he fed it to Aria the other day. And I was just like, he's like, you want to try it? I said, no, I will take my beef liver supplement. So that's how I do it, because I don't like to eat liver. But beets, and then cruciferous veggies like broccoli, cauliflower, kale, arugula, bok choy, Brussels sprouts, radish, turnip, cabbage, right? And so prioritizing like 2 to 3 cups of these cruciferous veggies a day, that alone would be game changer, like for how you feel and how your skin is looking and how your stomach is going to feel, all those types of things. So it's an exhaustive list, of course, but it's so great to know that if I start to incorporate even like 5 of these foods into my diet every single week, I am going to start aging differently, and you're going to start to feel the difference as well. And then lastly, you have the herb rosemary, blueberries, which I love, turmeric, which is a beautiful, bright yellow spice. Turmeric pairs so well with anything coconut milk, cinnamon. I love making turmeric chicken, turmeric vegetables. So you can like Pinterest, turmeric recipes, and so many things will come up if you don't know how to like cook with that particular spice. And then like learning how to pair it with like what would really go good with it. But turmeric is super, super antioxidant. She actually has a beautiful recipe within her book. It's a coconut turmeric, like golden tea latte. I've made it before. It is so good. And then green tea, drinking 2 to 3 cups of like organic green tea every single day. Like there is a reason why cultures that prioritize green tea consumption daily, they age some type of way, and it's beautiful, right? So that is why you should care about your methylating pathways. That is why you should prioritize eating these foods. I hope this video was informative and helpful, and I stayed under 12 minutes. So yay me.